Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's good to be back here once again. Thank God for His faithfulness upon our lives. And how was your day, or how's your day been? For me, it's been productive. It's been engaging from one, activity to another. Productive activities, though. I thank God for life, and I thank God for the gift to serve. I thank God for, the life to live a life of purpose. It's such an honor. It's such a beautiful thing to be here again today. So, guys, chapter 2. How has the book been? Atomic Habits by James Clear. How has it been? How has it been? Have you been learning something? Have you been implementing what you have been learning? I'm sure that, like, my journal has been full, and I try as much as possible when I read books, not just to learn but implement. Even if I can't implement all, I try to implement one or two things that I've learned, and just to see the result. It's not just about reading, it's not about the knowledge, but applying the knowledge. That is when you get the result. All right, guys. For the sake of people that might be joining us that don't know who I am, my name is TAMUNO Abraham. I'm the founder of Intentional Life Changers. Intentional Life Changers is a community where we raise intentional world changers who intentionally live their lives and influence others to do the same. We intentionally live our lives, and we influence others to do the same. It's a place for people who are tired of the status quo, people who want a better life for themselves and want to make a difference. You want to make your difference in your generation, then you have to be Intentional Life Changers community. We understand that life is spiritual, and if you're not intentional about your life, the devil will keep tossing you here and there, because there are a lot of distractions. And if you're not focused, if you're not intentional, you'll be easily drifted. That is it. We are so intentional about all that we do. We intentionally live our lives against all odds and distraction. We know that to make a difference and become who God has called us to be, we have to be intentional. That's the word. You consistently hear the word intentional. We understand that purpose is a journey, not a destination. We know that as we grow with God, He will begin to unveil ourselves, He will begin to reveal who we are to us. And that is why the community is being founded. So, my assignment is to inspire you to live intentionally, to help you see the greatness in you ain't seen, and to help you grow in God. That is my assignment. All right, without further ado, let's dive into the review. Time is not by our side. So, yesterday we laid the foundation about atomic habits. What is atomic habit? And the summary is that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Getting 1% better every day counts. If you understand that every 1%, everything that you do consistently counts, it compounds, you will not, get easily discouraged when you are not seeing the result of your daily habits. Also, we said habits are double-edged sword. They can work for you or against you. That is why it is important to understand the essentials. Small changes often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold. You have to reach a threshold for you to start, seeing the changes. But the thing is, it counts. Every day it counts. The most powerful outcome of any compounding process are delayed. So it needs patience. You just have to be patient. An atomic habit is a little habit that is a part of a larger system. Just like atoms are the building blocks of molecules, atomic habits are the building blocks of remarkable results. You need to understand that. See, when you have those basics, when you have this deep, in-depth knowledge, you get it to help you not to struggle. It will help you not to struggle, and it will help you not to get discouraged. If you want a better result, then forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. You do not rise to the level of your goal, level of your system. So today, chapter 2, we're talking about how your habits shape your identity. How like so easy to form, but it's difficult to form good ones. So why is it so? Why is it so? Few things can have a more powerful impact on our lives if we improve our daily habits. If we are just so intentional about improving our daily habits, it can have so powerful impact on our life. It is difficult to keep good habits going for more than a few days. Even with your, sincere motivation, with your sincere effort. Like the New Year resolution, I gave an example yesterday. You feel so strong-willed, so motivated that, this year I'll read my Bible back to back. I'll do this, I'll do that. It's not just by motivation. It's not just by effort. Habit takes time and patience. However, once your habits are established, they seem to stick around forever. Despite our, best intention, unhealthy habits like eating junks, watching too much TV, procrastinating can feel impossible to break, or addiction can feel impossible to break. But the truth is, it can be broken. It can be replaced. Changing our habits is challenging. It's really challenging, and the reasons why it's challenging. The book talked about the reason why it's so difficult for us to change our habits. Number one is that we try to change the wrong things, and number two is that we try to change our habits in a wrong way. Number one is that we try to change the wrong things, and number two is that we try to change our habits in a wrong way. And chapter 2 deals with why we change our habits, or why we change the wrong things. It deals with how we change the wrong things. The first mistake is that we try to change the wrong thing. And to understand this, James said there are 3 layers to change. He talked about 3 layers to change. And they are outcome, process, identity. Outcome, process, identity. The first layer is changing your outcome. Like changing your outcome. Many of us, when we want to change our habits, we focus more on our outcome that we neglect the identity. So now, this level is concerned with changing your results. Like the outcome is concerned with changing your result. E.g., like you want to lose weight, you want to publish a book, you want to do something remarkable. Most of the goals are set with the level of change. Like you set your goal in alignment to the outcome. Like you focus more on the outcome. And the second level is the level of changing your process. This level is concerned with changing your habit system. That is implementing a new routine, decluttering your decks for a better workflow, developing a meditation practice, developing a writing habit, developing maybe going to the gym and all that. That's the process. That is the process. Now the most deepest, which is the third layer, the most deepest and the important, is the identity. This is concerned with changing your belief system, your belief, your worldview, what to think of yourself, your judgments about yourself, about us, your assumption, your knowledge, what you have fed yourself. changing your belief, your biases. That is what the identity is all about. That's what it's all about. Outcomes are about what you get, while process is about what you do. Outcome is about what you get, process is about what you do, while identity is about what you believe. It's about what you believe. When it comes to building habits that last, or a system of 1%, the problem is not, knowing the level that is best or the level that is worst. The problem is the direction of your change. It is how you change. Now, we are talking about the first mistake that we make, that we try to change the wrong thing. We try to change the wrong thing. So the problem is the direction of change. Many people begin their habit change process by focusing on what they want to achieve. They focus on what they want to achieve, and this leads to outcome-based habits. When you focus on what you want to achieve, it leads to outcome-based habits. And that shouldn't be. It should be more of identity-based habits. It should be more of identity-based habits. For example, there are two people that want to stop smoking. When the two of them are both offered, a smoke, like a cigarette. The first says, "No, I'm trying to stop smoking." Okay. The second one said, "No, I am not a smoker." Who do you think is more likely to stop the habit of smoking? It's the second person, because he has already changed his identity, that is no more a smoker. But the first one is saying that, "Oh, I'm trying to change. I am trying to change." So you have to work on your identity. Most people don't consider identity change when they set out to do something. They just think that, okay, I want to do something. They never shift the way they look at themselves. They don't realize that their old identity can sabotage their new plans for change. So now, if you want to change, you want to work on your size, start seeing yourself like a healthy person. You're in shape already. You want to write a book, start seeing yourself like a writer. Don't say, "I want to start." You are a writer, so be intentional about it, that you'll be writing every day. That is how you'll be able to master that habit. Behind every system of action are system of belief. So your belief, what informs your decision, is very important. And there's an identity behind every behavior. Behind everything you do. Who are you? What do you think of yourself? What do you think of yourself? Those things informs your identity, your behavior. There's an identity behind every behavior. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes a part of your identity. When your habit becomes a part of your identity, that is the most intrinsic motivation. That's the best motivation you can have. It is one thing for you to say, "I am a type of this person," and it's another thing for you to say that, "I am the type of person who is this." You can say that, "I am the type of person who wants this," and you can say, "I am the type of person who is this." So what informs your decision is more important. The more you pride yourself in your identity, the more motivated you will be to maintain the habit associated with it. True behavior change is in your identity. You might start a habit because of motivation, but the only reason that to allow that habit to stick is what you become. It's your identity that will allow that habit to stick. Your behavior is a reflection of your identity. The goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to write. The goal is to become a writer. You need to understand that. What you do is an indication of the type of person you believe that you are. What you do is an indication of the type of person that you believe that you are. And your belief is either conscious or unconscious. Research has shown that once a person believes in a particular aspect of their identity, they are more likely to act in alignment with that belief. You are more likely to act in that belief. When you believe something, you are more likely to act in that belief. For example, now, and there's an example in the book. Okay, now we're preparing for election. Some people will tell you that I will try and vote, and some will tell you that I'm a voter. Who do you think will vote? Like, you have already categorized yourself, you have already identified yourself as a voter, like you would vote. You understand? And some people are claiming that they will vote. So you get, your identity matters. Your behavior are usually reflection of your identity. Like all aspects of habit formation, habit is a double-edged sword. It can work for you or it can work against you. The same thing goes with your identity. Identity is a double-edged sword. Your identity can change you. It can make you or it can mar you. What you believe of yourself can make you or it can mar you. Many people walk through life in a cognitive slumber, blindly following the norm. They say some things without knowing that, okay, this thing is becoming real. The Bible says the word become flesh. The words that you speak to yourself, they are powerful. They speak words like, oh, I'm a terrible driver. I'm not a morning person. I don't wake up early. I'm bad at remembering people's name. They allow those things to become a part of them. When you have to repeat a story to yourself for years, it is so easy for you to grow in it. The more deeply a thought or action is tied to your identity, the more difficult it is to change. The more difficult it is to change it. So it can feel comfortable to believe that you are, you believe in your culture, you believe in your personality, you believe in that, you believe. The most important thing is believe in who God has called you to be. Believe in who you want to become. Believe in what will inform your habits. Good habits can make rational sense, but if they conflict with your identity, you will fail to put them into action. Now, because of time, the writer talked about, the two-step process of changing your identity. Your identity emerges out of your habits. Like I've said, you are not born with preset belief. Every belief, including about yourself, is learned and conditioned through experience. You learned them. You learned everything you are today. So more precisely, your habits are how you embody your identity. When you make your bed each day, you embody the identity of an organized person. When you write each day, you embody the identity of a creative person. When you train each day, you embody the identity of a fit person. The more you repeat a behavior, the more you reinforce that identity associated with that behavior. You need to understand that. So think about who you want to become, the personality. Whatever your identity is right now, you only believe it because you have proved it. You have proof of it. That is the truth. Your habits are not only the action that influences your identity. Actually, there are so many things that influences your identity, your nature and your nurture. I'll talk about that in our live session, but this is a book review. There's so many things that informs your identity. And you need to understand that the effect of one-off experience tends to fade away, while the effect of habits gets reinforced with time. Which means your habit contributes most of the evidence that shape your identity. In this way, the process of building habits is actually the process of becoming yourself. So who do you think of yourself? Who are you? So that brings you back to the question of identity. Who are you? Every action you take will form your habits. Every action you take will form your habits. Habits are the path to changing your identity. For example, now each time you write a page, you become a writer. Each time you practice, you work out, you become fit. Each time you speak, you become a speaker. You need to understand that. So the simple 2 steps are: you decide the type of person you want to be and prove it. The second one is that prove it to yourself with small wins. Number 1 is that you decide the type of person you want to be. Number 2 is prove it to yourself with small win. First, you need to decide who you want to be. This is, it's another level. Like, who do you want to be? Then you ask yourself that question: who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? Once you have handled on the type of person you want to be, you can now begin taking steps to reinforce your desired identity. You take little step by step to reinforce your desired identity. Now, the real reason why habits matter. Why does habits matter? Identity change is the North Star of habit change. When you have the understanding of your identity, you know that it will change your habits. You need to ask yourself that: are you becoming the type of person you want to become? The first step is not what or how, but who. You need to know who you want to be. Otherwise, your quest for change is like a boat without a rider. And that is why we are starting. You have the power to change your belief about yourself. Your identity is not set in a tone. You have a choice in every moment. You can choose the identity you want to reinforce today with the habits you choose. Building better habits is not about littering your day with life hacks. No, it's not about that. It is not about flossing one tooth each night or taking a cold shower each morning or wearing the same outfit each day. It is about achieving external measure of success. External measure of success. Like, for example, maybe you want to lose weight. For example, you want to become a writer. For example, you want to build your spiritual life. What are the things you do? Habits can help you achieve all those things, but fundamentally, they are not about having something. They are about becoming someone. Becoming that person. Ultimately, your habits matter because they help you become the type of person you wish to be. That is the real reason why habits matter. They help you become the person you want to be. So think deeply. Who do you want to become in the next 10, 20, 40 years? That's why we are reading this book, Atomic Habits, now. Your habits are channels through which you develop your deepest belief about yourself. You literally become your habits. You literally become your habits. You literally become your habits. So, have it at the back of your mind that every day, everything you do every day is important. Be conscious of it and be deliberate. Be deliberate, understand your identity, understand who you want to become. When you know who you want to become, it will inform your decision, it will inform your activities, it will inform your habits. So here's the rephrase of everything I have said. There are 3 levels to change. Number 1 is outcome change, process change, and identity change. Number 2 is the most effective way to change your habit is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but who you wish to become. Number 3, your identity emerges out of your habits. Every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Number 4 is becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your belief and upgrade and expand your identity. Many of us need to unlearn some things that we have been fed with. We've been fed with so many jargons while we're growing up. We need to know our real self. We need to know who we are. We need to work on our belief system. So becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your belief. And the last one is the real reason habits matter is not because they can get you better results, but because they can change your belief. That is why habits matter. It's not because they can get you better results, but because they can change your beliefs. They can help you become who you want to become. That is why habits matters. So I encourage us this evening that we should try as much as possible to focus on who we want to become and start doing those things that will lead us to the road of becoming who we want to become. Our daily habits count. Don't get discouraged. Every habit counts. Everything that you do counts. Habits compound. When you have this foundation that habits compound, it will really help you. It will really help you. So guys, this is where we draw the curtain for today. We are in day 2 tick. I'm so grateful to God. All right, so we are gonna continue tomorrow, same time, same venue. If you know that you're learning something, you're gaining something, please tomorrow come with 2 of your friends. Come with 2 of your friends so that they can partake in this review and it will transform their lives. It will transform their lives. I celebrate you all. I remain Tamuno Abraham. Do have a wonderful evening. God bless you. Bye for now.